Breaking news, oh, breaking news. Everybody come inside. Please, it's a breaking news just reaching me. Says that Tinubu has gotten a court order to ban these protests. Yes, it is. It has been fact checked. It has been verified. And I'm giving it to you live on my channel. Breaking news. Tinubu has just gotten a court order to ban this Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu protests. The order was gotten later today because, earlier today they have been fighting to get that order, but it's like the judge refused initially, but now it seems as if they have threatened him and they have, they have used the Nigerian method of bribing and coercing and any way they can use to get order from court, ex parte order, and they have finally bullied the judge, the Justice Umar, to grant that order against his own will. This is how courts in Nigeria are suffering under, the executive, and they have already been hijacked by the executive. Let me read out this report for you. It says, the federal government of Nigeria has secretly secured a restraining order against human rights activists and pro-democracy campaigner Omoyele Sowore and others planning the October 20th, 2025 Nnamdi Kanu protest. This comes after the court initially refused to grant its ex parte requests. Now, it was reported that Justice M.G. Umar of the Federal High Court 5, Abuja, had declined to grant an ex parte injunction filed by government lawyer Wisdom Madaki, who represented the police and the federal government. The suit marked FHC/ABJ/2202/2025 sought to bar Sowore, the Take It Back movement, Revolution Now, and persons unknown from participating in or organizing or promoting the planned protest demanding the release of detained separatist leader Nnamdi Kanu. At the earlier sitting, Justice Umar refused to issue the injunction without hearing from the defendants. Instead, he directed that Sowore and others be placed on notice and adjourned the matter to October 21st, a day after the scheduled protest. However, in a dramatic twist on Friday, fresh information obtained revealed that the presiding judge later granted the order privately after summoning the government's counsel into his chambers. This is the bad news reaching my table, and unfortunately, it is coming at a time that people are about, putting their final gear in how Monday is going to look like. The federal government decided to strike at the last hour so that there will be no other time to go and counter this judgment. Such a pity. Now, this is what I have to say. First and foremost, this order means that the Nigerian police has been given, the powers, to protect, the order of court. And that means a crackdown is expected on Monday. Because when a court like this gives a judgment, the police is now having the legal backing to go in and enforce the court's, judgment. That means the federal government is asking the court to allow or to approve the police crackdown. That's exactly what the court is saying, that the police are now free to come out and crack down on innocent protesters. That is one. Also, number two, protest all around the world is a fundamental human right enshrined in the Constitution. Your right to assemble, your right to voice out when you are not being heard, your right for freedom of speech, and your right to demand things from your government. All these are enshrined in the Nigerian Constitution and in the UN Charter. So the government cannot take away your human rights, and the government cannot even give you your human rights. The government only is allowed to protect your human rights. That means, and having said that, I want to add that the job of the police on Monday is not to arrest or to quell any protest. It is to protect the protesters. That should be what they are going to court to get. They should go to court to get an order for them to be able to protect Nigerians on that day, to protect people. when they are protesting, to support them, to guide them properly on the particular rules they should follow, and to make sure that the protest is not hijacked by unscrupulous elements. That is the job of the police. Also, this goes to show that there are people who are working behind the scene day and night, who do not sleep as we do not sleep, who do not move when we do not move. In fact, these people work with generator while we are even asleep to make sure that the remote or motor show from their rooms, from their hotels, from their bedrooms, from their mansions. Because everything happening in Nnamdi Kanu's court, I told you, is orchestrated in a room, in a house. Take it from me. It is 1, 2, 3, 4 people, not more than 5, who are doing this thing to Nnamdi Kanu. They have decided that this man will never.
Yes, good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. And I greet you all and I welcome you this morning, all the well-meaning Biafrans, lovers of freedom, and all the Biafra people under United States of Biafra government. Once again this morning, I salute you, I greet you also, and I welcome you. Please, I say welcome you, please welcome another person by liking and sharing the program. When we say that a lot is happening, you may not understand it. But you will start seeing why Nigeria is a dead sentence through the amalgamation. Everything that is playing out in Nigeria is what the amalgamation bring to the indigenous people. That is what is playing out in Nigeria today. When everything being started with force, that force is what is controlling everything that is happening in amalgamation country. Everything that is happening in amalgamation country is by force, because when the country was amalgamated, nobody seek your opinion, and nobody know that you are living or you are existing. That is why the amalgamation is a dead sentence. That is why the amalgamation is what? The amalgamation of one Nigeria. Until you start seeing it as a dead sentence, then you may check to what you have to do to make sure that you free yourself from this dead sentence and this by force country. This by force country of amalgamation country called Nigeria. People that have never come close to the Nigeria will be happy. Being a wealthy man, be intellectual, being whatever you think you are in that zoological republic of animal kingdom, the amalgamation country, the by force country, the country where you don't have your opinion and you don't have any will except what the government will to you. That is how you know that this is by force and what? Not a country. When it's being by force of the people, it is never a country. But when it is free will of the people, it is a country. So, I want you to bring your mind down as we go into many things this morning because of where we put our cash up this morning, our headline. It cannot take more than what we put there. It's supposed to be matters are rising, and the and the headline you are seeing. It's supposed to be that. But I want you to know one thing. Anything about Nigeria is by force. People that are living there from the origin of the creation of the thing called Nigeria. No indigene was involved or was consulted before the amalgamation. None of those parading themselves today as a one Nigeria, where they kill an innocent people, where they take what belongs to the indigenous people and give it to strangers who dive into the country, who comes in without passport, without being indigenous person. We must understand, like I always said, Nigeria government have sit inside one room or in a hotel room and discuss how they are going to handle the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even though the heaven is falling. Sorry, 1 minute. 1 minute. Yeah. Even though heaven is falling, even though anything is happening, I sorry, I seriously studied and understand Nigeria. Being a country I have worked for, I have do many things for that, and find out that it's not working, and find out that everything is under by force. What makes Nigeria, despite the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the president of United States of Biafra, is police and army. That is one Nigeria. One Nigeria that's Frederick Lolugard amalgamated is swords, gun, and bullets. That is why today people are calling for protests, and you see anti-protests, and now it is officially that the government of Nigeria has kicked against that the government of Nigeria has finally got the warrant of who Nigeria is, a death sentence for those who want to come out on Monday to protest to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is the David of our time, and Nigeria becomes the Goliath of our time. These things that you are seeing that's happening, that's why I told you, if you as a Biafran is waiting for Nigeria to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the president of United States of Biafra, Nigeria could have not go to extent of also arresting Simon Ekpa Njoku, the Prime Minister of United States of Biafra in Finland, if their intention is to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu very soon. We are not connecting the dots. And it seems happen that because of Nigerian government, you see that we are begging them, we are in a hurry, we are so emotional, we are so down because of kidnapping him. I have proved it to you, whether you like it or not, whether you believe on it. that Nigeria is not going to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No court will free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in hands of Nigeria. Even if it's difficult for international body to cause because they are interfering on the affairs or or conflicts of Nigeria on their own because of the so-called territorial integrity. Because of the world values territorial integrity more than human being. That's why they will not come in to stop. And Nigeria know that nobody will interfere. So far, they are a member of UN and EU. So what to bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out, Simon Ekpa out, is in the open. Even what will trigger to bring him out is in our hand. Even though if we are shying away from it, even though if we those things we see it as nothing, then you may know that the time that we are into is a very hard time. This our last push that Ojukwu pushed for the last minute and lose it. They are doing everything to also push us to the last minute for us to denounce Biafra. Everything that is happening is well planned by the Nigerian government. What they are doing is that when time reach, they have put all these things in protest, so everything together, and they have their own way. So what they are doing is this: when the time comes, they will go in, bring out that template they have already kept down, just execute it. Obaganyagari, you will shout. The one is that you will shout and lament, you will cry. It is over. The Nigerian government will say, oh, shout for online 1 week, 1 month. It is over. That is who Nigeria is. Korea don't have conscience of human being. They only have conscience of gun and bullet. That is those that in the affairs of the country, those that they are not going to win election, rather they will give it to them before the days of election. So we must understand this part very well. Because what gives me morale coming always from another dimension is that those who has fought for this freedom in the past, those who got independency for their new country, did not release by any court. They also did not release by lawyers. They released by the awareness of those that are outside and the awareness of the government that are in charge after many of them was arrested and taken away. This is how they release. I want you, until you start understanding that we have crossed the Rubicon in your own mind. If you start putting things that now Biafra has been declared as a country, and when a country is being declared as a new country, what are those criteria? What are those things? What are the things that will lead to, if their leader was arrested, for them to be released? Until you start searching, until you start putting your mind in this aspect, then you may understand the importance of our declaration and the importance of a new country, and how is this only what will trigger the release and bringing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out. I hope you are following me this morning. I want to give you something that maybe I am not sounding the way any other person is sounding in social media. I'm sounding on different notes, on a different level. And I do my own thing on different from what others are doing. I want you to put in your mind that a new country has been declared. And the only in the name of that new country that their leader who was at the head or in front of the movement was kidnapped and also arrested, 2 of them, that only that name they are fighting for to restore an independent country that has been officially declared, seeking for international recognition, is the only time they are going to be free. I'm telling you what you might not hear from any other platform. That is what this small platform is going to tell you, because we say it the way it is. We don't pretend over it. We say the truth at all time and let you to understand why you must listen to the things that we are doing and things that we are saying. So, my people, Nigeria government has on their way, on their plan, and they keep on pushing it to suppress you and I down and feel tired. Nigeria plan is to continue to suppress and put things that are going to bring you and I down. 1, for us to turn against the government of United States of Biafra. That's number 1. Number 2, for you to feel like you are wasting time shouting and talking about Biafra. Nigeria government is that country that in the history of the world, they are only country that the document bears amalgamation country of 1914. No country in the world was amalgamated. So Nigeria own is quite different from the way other countries got their own independence. I hope you are listening, because we are here to remind you or to remember you those little things that you have forgotten. That is why we are here. That is what we are here to do for you. If you can listen, if you can come and share the program. Nigeria government and their plan and their agents are working tirelessly on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, on Mazi Simon Ekpa. They are playing their games very smoothly in their own way of being a corrupt country. Look at the word I used there. In their own way of being what? A corrupt country. That is what they are doing. So, I am telling you from today, for you to know that again, or take it from me, when I said that Nigeria are not going to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that way you are thinking that he is going to be released. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released in the way of Nelson Mandela, a hero. He's going to be released like the way of Rahman of Bangladesh was released. He's going to release the way that nobody will expect it. So I have a call from a friend. Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning, how are you?
Yeah, I'm on live program. Good morning. Yeah.
You're on live program now?
Yes, right now, yes. I'm on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Okay, so make I let you do your thing now.
Yeah, after program, then we'll discuss about tomorrow morning being Sunday.
Okay, it's nearly 1 a.m. here. So if you call me, say I know answer, you know, so I don't sleep.
Okay, then for me here
Yeah.
it's morning here. This is to 9 here morning.
It's 12:50 here.
No, no problem.
12:50 after midnight.
Yeah,
Mm.
I will check on you. Then when
Okay,
you wake
what
up
kind they do for
also,
your life?
he said,
I don't. What are you doing on your work live show?
no, I am talking about Nigeria government stopping the protests that people should not come out, and they also
Do you want me? You want me? You want to send me a link so I can talk,
uh,
or you have somebody
you
talking?
can you can talk on this phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right, that's fine.
go on, go on. You can talk on the phone.
Okay. Huh?
You can talk. Yeah, you already. I already put you on speaker, so you can talk on the phone. Your voice is very loud, so go
Okay.
on. Yes.
Okay. Now, what's the problem? I think I saw something that said that they use a court order to stop the protest, right?
Yes. They get court order to stop the protest. So the area I want to put mouth, is it a right of a government to stop a protest? Protest, is it a right of a government or a right of citizens? That is the area I want you to go in.
Well, the problem with Nigeria is Nigerians, no matter what you tell them, they don't know their rights. Even the biggest man, the most educated Nigerian, is ignorant of his rights. And that is why I do what I do. I teach much more about rights first. Because that's why I am not a fan of street protests in Nigeria. Because I don't want to take people who don't know their rights into the streets to be protesting. That is why they have a lot of problems. So we need to sit Nigerians down, break their head, and put their understanding of their basic human rights.
Exactly.
Those rights include the right to life, the right to choice, the right to freedom of expression, which is where protest comes in, the right to freedom of association, the right to freedom of worship, and the right to self-determination. All these are basic human rights that no man can give but the Almighty God, and no man can take it from you. So when any government uses a court action to try to stop a protest, you are not duty bound to obey it. If Nigerians know what they are doing, that court action is not nonsense. If all they need, the problem I have with Nigerians is that they cannot organize protest and sustain protest.
Yes.
When you want to protest, you have to be ready to go all the way until you achieve your result. Nigerians will protest 1 minute, the next minute they are complaining of hunger. They convert their protest into party, into carnival. So that is why I don't talk about, I'm not interested in street protests. And again, the characters of the people organizing this protest, I've looked at all of them, they are not serious. All of them are mostly people who work for Tinubu, they pretend like they are activists. All right, they are fake. All right, this is what they want. If you want to protest, why did you have to put a date? You don't put a date to protest. You organize. On the day of protest, people will show up. But when Shawared come and say this, or putting out for the protest, it will announce. Now you prepare the enemy. You prepare the police. They use the police, they use the army. By the time the day of the protest comes, they already strategized. That is why they kill people in Nigerian protests. If you want to protest, protest. You don't owe anybody anything. You organize behind the scene. On the day, everybody show up. Then that is when you catalyze the person on the street. Even the people who did not know about the protest, they will join, and they will have effect. But when you come, now a Nigerian person is so transactional. You say you want to protest, and people will tell you, oh, you want to rent a bus. You are renting a bus to go and protest. Why are you renting a bus? You put people in the bus. The bus driver has a time. When the time is, he will start telling that he needs to go home. And then the protest ends. They go home and you don't achieve anything. Since when they're born, you don't see any protest when Nigerian protest when they achieve anything. No. Because even the protesters are corrupt. Everybody wants you to give them money as if they are working in your farm to go and protest. So that is why I did not have anything to say about the protest. I'm not like supporting it, I'm not against it, but I'm against the intention. The people there are not honest. There are people who are marketing themselves for politics of 2027. I am against the politics of 2027. I want Nigeria to go into a revolution and drive all these motherfuckers away. That's what I'm interested in. But not this nonsense. You want to protest, you are looking for stadium to the Senate to give you the stadium, like what they did the other time. I even wasted my time on that one. They were looking for permission to. You have nobody can stop you if your right of free assembly is God given. You don't need a police permission to go and protest. But Nigerians will go and begin to apply for permit to protest. No, you don't. That's right to peaceful assembly. It's a basic human right. So
Yes.
that's where the problem is. If you listen to my broadcast, I teach people more about rights. Because they have put fear in our people. They put so much fear in our people. That is why less than 1% of the people are manipulating the whole people. That is all. And then they put police. Police not even know what they do for Nigeria. Army not know what they do for Nigeria. Nobody knows what they are. Everybody is ignorant. So when you have a country of ignorant people, you see this type of thing we are dealing with. Nobody will tolerate the nonsense that is taking place in Nigeria. Nobody, no country. You know this small Nepal. Small Nepal. See what they did? They were throwing their politicians inside the water and drowned them. They drowned them. Even soldiers, you see where soldiers will come out. You know, let them come out. See Egypt, what happened in Egypt, how they removed Hosni Mubarak. The army there is so professional. They have no business with anything civilian. Their job is to protect the territorial integrity of their country. When Mubarak wanted to use the they refused. What they did was guarded the state property so that people will not destroy them. So, but they allowed the protesters out their way. When Mubarak saw the heat that was coming, they didn't need anybody to tell him to leave. He left. And then they brought another one. 6 months later, those people came back. They said they don't want him. Morsi was removed 6 months after. Until the third one. That was the one that stayed. That is people won't know their rights. Nigeria, only party with the party. All the Davido, Flavor, and Brazilian hair. The boys are doing stupid yahoo. Instead of them coming together to organize, they can't organize and do anything right. Never. Very corrupt. And Nigerians are very corrupt. Let's make enough. Now make their country they scatter like that. See the kind of useless people. Look at the other day, Tom Polo Chief donate 10 billion. And our young people, they clap for us. They are not asking him questions about how he's taking their own future and putting it into his pocket. It's a useless situation. Nigerians need to be sat down and taught how to behave. We don't know how to behave. We are so lousy and so noisy. Noisy in the wrong direction. So me, I'm not the type of person who will tell people what they want to hear, unless it's the truth. We are a very lazy people. Nigerian youth are the laziest on earth. I hope that they hear me. Very, very lazy. Nigerian youth are very lazy. And they are very corrupt.
Yeah, it's only that on this platform, we know that I stand on the level of bring Nigeria down. I don't believe in Nigeria. I don't believe in amalgamation because amalgamation is a death sentence to every human being. Because Nigeria is only in the hands of who is a Nigerian. Are you a Nigerian before 1914? The answer is no. So whatever is happening there is happening because of nobody is a Nigerian. That place is like a market where everybody come. You sell your thing, you go back to your place. That is how Nigeria it is. Yeah. And anybody who is
that's your opinion, and I respect that.
Yes.
But no country, there has never been any original country.
Yeah.
Every country came, people started them.
Yes.
So that is how the thing. But I agree that there is a problem with the foundation of Nigeria. Very bad foundation. Very, very bad. It was not supposed to happen. What happened was that the people who started Nigeria, they were business people. Oyibo people came with their Royal Niger Company. They found some Nigerians found some that they could use. So they started, they were like business partners to them. But the Igbo people, they use those ones because now there are no road. And those ones now, in the land of the blind, now the one eye man get eye. So those ones be like saying that them condemn, enlightened at their level. So those are the ones that they could use. So they brought 6 of them together with 44 Britons, signed that stupid shit they call amalgamation. They did not involve all the ethnic nationalities in the country. Okay, they said it was going to last for 100 years. 100 years has come and passed. Why is it that the people of Nigeria have not been able to come together? Again, that is where the problem of the
and the only people who are calling to come that
and the Yoruba accomplices.
Yes, the only people who are calling for that to happen is only the Biafran people who said this amalgamation has expired. Let us come together and ask ourselves, do we want to maintain this name called Nigeria, or do we want to go in separate ways and go back to the way we are living before the amalgamation? And today, that is why the Biafran people are suffering the killings and everything is going on, because we said hell no to this amalgamation, that I was not aware of it.
Okay,
so
now, I agree with you very much. Me, I was born, I saw the civil war from the periphery.
Okay.
And because of where I come from, the civil war, what they call civil war, I don't believe it was a genocide. Let me take it back. The genocide was, I was how many years? 7 years old when the whole thing started. All right, and I still captured a lot of things. I could remember so many things. Even as a child, I was a special person. I had a huge memory of the one that I could understand. Now, that thing they did it. It was a calculated a conspiracy against the Igbos. They massacred the people. And the people who conducted the massacre, some of them have realized what they did. But Gowon still has not accepted that he did anything. God has kept him so long for him to
including Obasanjo. Including Obasanjo.
Obasanjo is a coward, big coward, useless coward. I don't reckon with him. He's a useless man. So people go and worship him. I'll be the last person to have anything good to say about him. He should drown. To be very honest, he should drown. He's one of those who ought to drown. After all the nonsense he did, he comes out and be writing stupid letters. Anyway, so that is the thing. But the problem I have now is when Nnamdi Kanu, when he was free, when he started organizing this Biafran thing, I don't know him personally, but I wrote him a letter warning him about certain things, some mistakes that he made. If he was listening or reading some of the things some of us were saying, maybe perhaps we will not be here. Maybe perhaps the issue of Biafra would have, been settled.
What is one of those things that you read for him? One of those that he did not pay attention to.
I told him what happened between 1967 and 1970. By bringing the enemy force into Igbo land. You should do everything not to make it happen. If you want to fight Nigeria from everywhere. Don't localize the fight in your place. But I'm not sure he saw it.
How did he bring enemy into his place?
How did he bring enemy into his place? All the activities, why are they attacking in Igbo land? Because all the agitation were taking place there. And there are some of violent reactions. Yes.
Because they are a group of people who agreed to have a new country. The Yoruba did not agree then. The also did not agree. It's only we that agree have to do the protest on the ground that we agreed on.
That is what you don't. I have no problem with that. I don't have any problem with that.
No. You said it's one of the mistakes he made by bringing enemy.
Yeah. What I'm saying, when it became a thing of confrontation, when they started using firearms, he shouldn't have been engaging them in his own land. Because that was what happened.
Did he engage Nigeria? in the protest, or Nigeria engaged
My
Maz
brother,
Nnamdi Kanu?
yeah, yes. Say that again.
Did Maz Nnamdi Kanu in the first place or ever engage Nigeria, or Nigeria engage him in his own territory?
Well, some of the actions, you know, when you know already the country, the people, the drivers of the country have this type of hatred for the Igbo, you don't do anything that will make them deploy in your arena. That was what happened.
What did he do that made them to deploy his arena?
What did they do? What did they do?
Yes, what did Maz Nnamdi Kanu
Agitation
did?
was more. The agitation, the agitation was much more, and then sometimes there were skirmishes. There were some Igbo people who came and claimed that the Biafran people were attacking them. So, and all those, and then these people who hold power in Nigeria, they will pretend that they are protecting citizens. They will deploy. If you look at the history of the deployment, they deploy faster to the east than they will deploy anywhere. Even with Boko, the stupid war they are saying they are fighting against Boko Haram. Are they really fighting?
Okay, let me come in somewhere, because everything that happened about Simon Maz Nnamdi Kanu, I told him for Biafra, I was involved fully into all the protests. I remember that a group of people have to come together and said, we want to be a new country. And that group of people who said they want to be a new country have to start protests, or the way they want to get their new country in their own territory. Because for all I know, we did not took our protest to Hausa land. We did not take our protest to any Yoruba land. Rather, we are in that area that was fought in 1967 to 1970 during all our protests.
Okay.
Before Nigeria come to attack
again,
us.
See, you are explaining it from that standpoint. You are not looking at it from a state that they call Nigeria.
No. We look from that state of called Nigeria, because that is why in the first place because of who Nigeria is, we did not took the movement to Yoruba land. We didn't take it to Hausa land. We took it in our land, and we did not start with the arm.
It would have been better. It would have been better if it was taken everywhere.
No, when it has
another thing that I told him. Listen, my brother.
Okay, you know what happened, eh? Like, we have been trying to have our engagement tomorrow being Sunday fully. So, because there is a headline I am treating already. Let me know the verse from my people's mind. Then by tomorrow, the two of us will be live. Then we'll discuss about this issue. This is all the things that we will need to bring out and know how it's going to work better, more than the way it is working now. So let us hold it to tomorrow.
It's not working right now, because right now they have the whole southeast under siege, and I'm not happy that they are killing a lot of people, because there was something that the Nigerian media were not reporting. I went to Ihube through one of my agents to see what they did in Okigwe.
Okay, who are those doing that thing? Who are those attacking in Okigwe?
Well, they are Nigerian. They are the people on the Nigerian side. They were killing a lot of young Igbo people.
Thank you so much.
And that was why I was angry. The question that I'm asking, I'm going to have to ask you if we're able to get together tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I'm supposed to be hosting this young man from Kenya, but the boy he sent me a message that he's having a problem with his phone.
Okay.
So I'm going to give him time to see if he's going to fix his phone.
Okay.
Otherwise, I will tell you, because there are things that we must understand. The people you elect now, for instance, you have 15 senators from the 5 southeast states, 15 senators at the Senate.
Yes.
You have 54 members of House of
Representatives. Yes.
But none of them is speaking. None of them is speaking on behalf of Igbo. So how can you elect people, their enemies, that you elect to speak for Igbos? I would think that you elect people who are pro-Biafran, who will be talking about, before
let me
people talking about
let me
Biafra,
let me
they have
let
to
me
represent
let me come in here before we end it right now. Then I go to by tomorrow by the service of God we'll be together. Chukwuemeka Odumegwu try it did not work. It doesn't work in Nigeria. They bring him down. These people that are there, we are not the one that tell them. Nigeria is not electing anybody. Rather, they are appointing you to be here to maintain that name called One Nigeria.
Why would because we know why I'm asking that question.
Yeah.
Because every time the Igbo people protested on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu, I see millions of people, thousands. So who are those people that they appoint people?
Nigeria appoints like Yesowike right now. Are you going to say that people of River State appointed him or he got a vote? Tinubu appointed. Nigeria is dealing by appoint.
Okay, River people did not appoint him.
Yes.
River people did not appoint him. But the River people can stop him.
No, they cannot stop him because his work is in Abuja and the government lodge, government house with a gun and bullets. That is why they will not stop him. Look at when Nigeria come to stop their current governor right now. What happened? Nigeria, because of Nigeria it's only the whole world. Go and research. It's only Nigeria was people that their country was amalgamated by a foreign man till today, and also now one Nigeria you are hearing is under gun and bullets.
My friend, I refuse to agree with you on this. You know why?
Right.
Because America that I am in was a British colony.
Yes, and they moved out.
Decided that they don't want to have anything to do with.
How do they move out freely? Did somebody lead them to move out?
Huh?
Did anybody stand up and lead America to move out from British colony?
Yes, they came together to say that they don't want to Britain anymore.
That is the same way we, the Biafran people, has come together. And let me ask you this question. When America moved away from Britain, after they moved away from Britain, did they have internal Cold War against them? Did they?
Yeah, America fought a civil war.
Okay, fine. Now, inside America, when they are fighting to even leave Britain, did they have saboteurs, rebel among them? Do they?
Maybe perhaps, but
that is the same thing on us. The rebel, the rebel among us are there. It's like a side case. Every country that has a new country today, there's a time they have a rebel in the midst of them. There's a time they treat we call it sabo. Every country has it. But the question is, could the sabo stop them? There's about Chukwuemeka Odumegwu. He come into politics from governor to elect people that are going to be there, all run away. So we are not going to use that the same method. That is why we are using the method that we find out that is going to favor us right now. And also, our quest is very.
But your people, the majority who are.
No, not the majority. Not the majority. It's a minority because under this movement that we're into now, we have conduct our own way of self-referendum. We get a vote of over 50 million Biafra or Igbos. Over 50 million Biafras in the world have voted for Biafra to be a country. Listen, okay, look at the anti-protest they went to do in Abuja. How many people are there for the anti-protest? That is evidence how you will know those who don't want Biafra or don't want Massacre to come outside. The people of Biafra has agreed that's what we want, and that is why we have stood up on November 29, 2024 and make official declaration that Biafra has regained his own sovereign territorial integrity, that no country should interfere on our matter. Despite that now we are only seeking for international recognition. That is where we are for now. We have our self-referendum, over 50 million votes. We have our official declaration. We have re-declared Biafra again. And now, that is why if you watch out now, we are not fighting the same Biafra the same way we are fighting it before. We have come back to go into that thing you are thinking, looking for international recognition by having lobby and seeing congressmen. And also, we have write a letter we have sent our official document to Nigeria to let them know that the criteria of a new country, that the Biafran people under international law, that we have met all these criteria. What are those criteria? They said it must 4 important criteria under Montevideo Convention of 1913, UN Charter, Geneva Convention, Vienna Convention, and the Conrad Convention of 1960 something and thereabout. They said that once the first thing you have to met up is a permanent population. Make sure that people are living in the area you are claiming that is you are looking for the new country for. Number 2, you must have a defined territory. During time of the war, we have our territory. Even up to now, we have defined the territory officially by having 40 states that made up of United States of Biafra as a new nation. Now we also have a permanent government or effective government that are in abroad or in the homeland, taking control and also making a way for the world to know that Biafra has become a country. Now also, we are ready to enter into a capacity. These 4 things that international law give us as a criteria. We have met it. Now, we are no longer looking for Biafra under gun and bullets. We have entered into political, diplomatic movement, and international politics. These 3 steps is where we are taking. That is why we are no longer in the era of showcasing army, bullet, and all these things again in Biafra land. Now, we have drawn back to act like a new country, the way other countries are acting. And you remember that without recognition of international or be a member of EU, country like Kosovo is a country today. They are not a member of UN or a member of EU. They are a country. Country like Northern Cyprus is a country. What makes you a country? Your currency, your police, your army, your air force, your embassy in your own and movement of your people. So all these criteria, we as the Biafran people has officially met this criteria. That is why we are now seeking for our international recognition. This is the process we are taking right now. So if you can see what from things I explained to you, you can see that the movement has changed dimension. We have changed our dimension. For us to know, despite changing this dimension, in the quest of even in Yoruba, there are those who are enemy of Yoruba who become the enemy of themselves. So what we are experiencing today is what countries like Finland, what America experienced when they are fighting to leave Britain. And you don't have only one way of fighting for your freedom either. No, you have multiple dimensions to seek for this freedom of a new country, because Nigeria in the world, we find out that under laws of the world, they value territorial integrity more than human rights. More than human rights comes second, but territorial integrity of a country becomes number 1. So before you will break the territorial integrity, a country like Namibia fought their way out from South Africa. A country like such as Eritrea fight a way out from Ethiopia. So there is many countries has gone through this process. Now we have started looking for them. Even South Sudan. All these are happening in our present life. Even do you know that Afghanistan have got international recognition? Afghanistan that was chased American military away in 2021. Today, Russia has recognized them since January as a country. So there is no other way around. So we have focused on our movement, not by gun and bullets. I told you we have a diplomatic movement right now, Institute for International Recognition, political, congressmen, and the lobby. This 5 way is the multiple dimension we are using now to make sure that the Biafran people that has made the declaration of a new country, because number 1 thing is to step aside to make a declaration first. That is number 1 thing. Then everything follows in between. So for we, you see me, like I told you on your platform, I am not preaching about one Nigeria, because one Nigeria is a death sentence to anybody who wants it. And how could you stop what is happening in Nigeria? The only way is to divide Nigeria, because when you divide, the people of Yoruba will protect their border. The people of Benue might decide to have a new country. They will protect their border. The people of Hausa will protect. That is the only way we will chase these Fulanis that are being bought over in Nigeria, chase them away. But if you continue maintaining one Nigeria, are you going to use bomb to bomb them out? How are you going to control that border? They pass and comes in. The only way you can control the border is when a Yoruba man is in charge and control his border. When an Hausa man is in charge, control his border. When the Biafran people are in charge, control their border, when the Benue people are what makes them up are in charge, control their border, all these invaders will stop coming. Nigeria border is porously open for bringing them in, for the tension of the Fulanese, and also what the agenda it is. The only agenda is to Islamize you and I. And that is why for the Biafran from day one, we say no, that we don't want it again. So that is where we are. So that is why I say on your platform, we will have our time to dwell more. If God make it for us to be there tomorrow, to dwell more on it.
Yeah, I hear you. You know, I don't have anything against Biafra. I don't speak against it. But I think differently, about the whole concept, because I am looking at the bigger picture. It's not. I live in the United States, where over all the countries on earth are represented, and the number of ethnic groups in here is unbelievable. Here, we are still able to get along and do things. We don't have the type of foolishness that we have, in Nigeria.
Yes.
It's not like Nigeria. The people who started Nigeria did a very bad job at the beginning. So that's the thing. But every generation, a generation is a generation that it takes to rebuild a country. Generation that
also
yes.
you cannot rebuild
yes.
what you don't have idea on it. You can't rebuild what the first youth accept.
I don't buy into that. I don't agree with you on that.
Yes, we have to disagree. We have to. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
There's for me, not everything I said I want you to agree, and you not everything you said I was going to agree. So that is why some area we disagree, some area we agree.
That is why I don't criticize Biafra. See, I've been at the conference of agitating for Nnamdi Kanu's release.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do it with the likes of Showore and others Yoruba police guys, because they are not honest.
No, the thing, let me tell you one thing.
They're looking for political.
Yes,
listen,
my brother. Everything about country is political. Everything, even in America, is all about political. The politics first.
No, me, I'm a humanist. I'm pursuing my own from the human angle.
Do you know that in this world, that even in America, that we are seeing under their law protects their politics, their geopolitics of what makes them a country first before human being, because all these laws.
Americans are not doing foolish things like we are doing.
Why are we doing foolish things? Where do we get that foolish things that we are doing?
We are doing a lot of stupid things.
I agree with you.
We don't.
I agree on that. We are doing a lot of foolish things.
There are so many. Even this Biafra that you are talking. If they give you Biafra tomorrow, I see a lot of trouble that is going to come.
Yes, the trouble will come.
Be driven by.
When India got their independence through Maghandi, they have problem. They face it. Bangladesh, when they get their own country through Rahman, they have their own problem. When Finland get their own independence, you will have an internal conflict that will make a country strong. America have a blood internal conflict between North and South of America. Check history. They kill many people. That is why America stands strong today. There is no other way around. The internal conflict is what makes a country strong. And if you're a country like Nigeria, who never have internal conflict, who did not fight war, that is why you see what is happening. And also be that Nigeria was in a profit. They say that a white man who come to Nigeria, see Nigeria as a profit. Nigeria there was no build Nigeria as a country. Just build it, like you said, from Royal Niger Company project or profit. That is what is really happening. So until we all come to understand, ask yourself, if I'm not a Nigeria, if there's nothing like a Nigeria, where am I supposed to be? Then you also need to, I have also researched who the Biafran people is before the amalgamation. And they told us that the Biafran people are living a decent life before Nigeria. That they are living a life of democracy. Republicans. If you like, I can send you the document. You can see that the Biafran people are living a life of their own peacefully.
Who wrote the document? This is a white man, right?
Not in, I don't.
I don't need a white man's
No,
document.
this is
Everything the white
this
man-
is see
everything-
our
everything
people.
the white man did is-
No,
everything
the
white
document
man
is not
did
read by
about
white
it is a
man.
lie.
The document was not read by
Yeah.
did not write by white man. The document is write by us. And once you write your document and save it into archive, it now become a professional document. This your YouTube page now. There is things that you are doing today that when some people are storing things in archive, you see, they will store it. There was a time somebody will be searching something and they will throw that thing, that history you have already put in there out. So somebody will read from there and understand. Now that you are treating about human rights, there is things you will treat. They will bring it in and store it. A time will come in the next future. And because what you are doing today is not manifesting today, in the nearest future, they can be able to be used to teach people of that time. That is how we work, my brother. There is no other way around. The history now, okay, look at it. Go into Google, go into archive, type which year that Biafra was re-declared and see what will happen. And also ask who re-declared Biafra. We put our history in the archive. And today, when you search for it on Google, you see it on Google. When you search it on Earth, you see. When you search it on anywhere, you see it because you have already endorsed it there. So no country that has got their freedom with the free hand. The only Nigeria who gets it with the free hand. That is why nobody follow Nigeria. Nigeria, what makes Nigeria is only gun and bullet. If you remove gun and bullet, nobody is in Nigeria. If you remove the fear of the military and police, nobody is in Nigeria. Nobody. This is my research on my own. Things I found out on my own, and I believe it so much that nobody is a Nigerian, honestly. Nobody. I am not a Nigerian. You are not. Because for Nigeria, you was living. You are doing your own things. The first ever television in the world was produced by a Yoruba man. Television, not by a white man. But they will hide that story for you until you go deep and now find out how it happens. So we all must know one thing. One, ask yourself before Nigeria, check your life before Nigeria amalgamation. What kind of life are you living? For me, I choose when I found out the kind of life that Igbo people, the Biafran people were living, and why they don't want Biafra to come. The whole entire Africa, a white man picked up them together and told them after Second World War, do not allow this Biafra to come. Oh, they are two Republicans. They are going to create many countries in Africa. They are going to create many countries in Africa. So Africa will have numerous countries. Do not allow it. So you people will not be in charge. A small group will have their own country. This is why the world come against Biafran people and fight against us brutally. All these things are documents. Anyone I'm telling you, if you want me right now, I will play it for you. You will listen and see. And if you want me to send it on your destiny, I will also do that for you. We must face the truth squarely, without changing topic or mind. So a lot of things are happening. A lot of things are under siege because when they want to hide truth from any African man, they write it down and hide it. Once, that is why in Nigeria, they rush to remove history so you know who you are. History makes you to know who you are. And why did they remove history from Nigeria? Because they don't want you as a Yoruba man to know you are really history. They remove it because when you are in school, this history will bring out who you are. Then you will start asking questions. And Nigeria don't want anybody to ask questions. That is our problem. So we go back to check our history. I am a better Biafra or Igbo man more than Nigeria. Nigeria, before amalgamation, there was no killing. There was no insecurity. Amalgamation will bring insecurity. Amalgamation bring killing that we are seeing today. Because it is well planned. That is what is happening to us. So I want you to look at it the other way around. That this is a right of a people to choose their governor. What is self-determination?
I'm a right activist. I understand the right to self-determination. That's why when people want me to say something about Biafra, I will say no. That's not. I'm never ever going to say it. I support it. I tell them I am very much in support, even if I am not a part of it. I don't have any problem with it at all. I will never be in the way. Never. I understood that a long time ago. And I don't do that. But
okay. Thank you. We have our time, like we said. If we don't make it on Sunday, maybe one of these days we make it in the evening time, but I prefer that we make it on Sunday, that our people normally have time to listen, because that is why I wanted it to be on your live program where I will be streaming my own on my own YouTube. Because for me, like I told you, I don't have what it takes now to bring you live, so you will be live on your own, because we need to do the program in this way, where you will be live, your followers will be hearing, where me I also be live, my followers will also be hearing me.
Yeah, so that's going to require a special software to do that.
So you can because you are old in the media. So just it's a little thing that you can touch on it, then you got it very right. So we use it to be educative. What we are doing is to educate ourselves. We need to educate ourselves on the truth. That is the truth. So thank you so much for coming this morning. I am really happy that your voice is out here. Thank you so much. We must continue. Thank you.
All right, take care, man.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Okay. So yes, my people, I know that the program has shifted what we have to, but it's what, because it's my friend. We have been talking of hosting each other and be asking all these questions. And once somebody asks questions, I like to have my time to answer. We have a missed call before we go in. Yes, so Ijela Wine, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning from here. You're welcome.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I was even that means I was behind.
Okay.
The call was coming while I was still listening to you. That means I'm even behind the program.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it means. Anyways, good morning, girlfriend. Anyway, Initially, I was angry about this caller, but at a point, I said, oh, good. This is actually the program God wants you to hold, honestly. Because from these callers...
yeah, he's my friend. He's a human activist. He has a platform. So I come across his platform.
Yeah.
He also come across on my... So we are trying to even have a live program, two of us. He doesn't believe in Nigeria. Somehow he believes.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say, like you said, we disagree to agree.
Yeah.
You understand? Some of his submissions, I wasn't.
It wasn't good with that. Even me
it
also.
wasn't going down well.
Yeah.
It wasn't going down well with me. But at a point, I started enjoying it because it is a way to explain more to people. See, you use this opportunity now to touch everything you have been teaching in this platform. You understand?
Yeah.
It's just like a recall that you did this morning, and I love it. I love it. I love it. This particular program, I don't know why people are not liking it. About 50-something people, yes, only 11 or 15 likes.
Only 15.
Too poor.
I have told my people that like does not remove your data from you. If you like the program, they are not going to minus your data. Then I also explain, if you come sing, there is a 3 dot in front of you. Click on it.
Who are the people watching or listening to this program? Are they people against freedom, or are they lovers of freedom? Then why are you not pushing this program to go viral by liking? That doesn't even take anything away from you. It's not going to take anything away from your data. Nothing. Only, from your money.
Yeah.
It's not going to take money away from you. Only that data now you are just using to watch. The same data you are using to watch is the same thing you are when you click on that like. It's the same thing. So don't make me to believe that we are more of people that don't like freedom here. Please click like. If you don't know how to click the like, you can notify us from the in the comment section. Then can let you know. Please. So why I was calling, honestly, it has been addressed by you. I just don't think I have anything to say. Only to say, please, this protest must be encouraged. not
Yeah.
discouraged.
No,
Yes.
if you check my headline self on my what I put, I also put USB that they have to go for protest. It's our right.
Yes, because going behind the government, don't forget that Nigeria is Nigerian government. Yes, we have our, and again, the most important thing here, please, people should not forget that this is not a Biafra protest.
Yes, it's not a Biafra protest.
Not a Biafra
It's a protest of justice. It's a protest of justice.
Do not mistake it. This
Yeah.
is Nigeria protest. No matter that they are calling for justice, using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because the injustice is melted on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Having seen that they have released so many
Bandits, so many drug dealers.
So yeah. So now Nigerians want to use this opportunity to protest for justice because of the one method on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You understand? So please, our people should not make this mistake, thinking that this is a Biafra protest. Too. It's not a Biafra protest. If you go there in the mind of this is a Biafra protest, you will make a mistake. If you want to queue in as protest for justice, please.
Yes, and that is why I also told our people, do not go there with the Biafran flag. You don't need to do that. You don't need to. Everything everything is awareness. The more it go like that, they will now asking, oh, is it this man that is fighting for Biafra? Oh, is it him? It's awareness. It's in our favor. It's in our favor.
And that is to show that Nigeria, that is the indigenous Nigerians, they are not happy.
Yes,
with
now.
what their government is doing to Biafrans. I don't know. People should understand this thing.
Even this my friend who left now. Even this man, he said yes that the injustice on the Igbos or Biafras are too much. That even he condemned the attack of Nigeria in Okigbe. All these things Nigeria government is doing in Biafra land. He condemned. He said no. They're not supposed to be doing that. He condemned it.
Yeah, but there's again one thing he said that I totally disagree with that. Honestly,
I did not. I am coming. Issue of protest, taking permission for protest. You must take a permission for protest. I know. I don't I did not dress it.
Legally, you must.
Yes, you must.
Otherwise, what you are doing is illegal.
Yes. So
if you don't notify them, you are carrying an illegal exercise,
yes.
and they have right to stop you.
Yeah.
On Anubia,
yes.
Let me not go. But honestly, this program, how I wish you all mix it up. This program have just set it off, honestly. But anyways, thank you so much for what you do. Dear friends, please like this program. Like this program. It's not too much to ask from a freedom lovers of freedom. People who say they love freedom. It's not too much to ask to like and share. Okay,
okay, thank you so much. We must continue. Obinna, nothing like that Nigeria government has give order to stop they don't have the right. The protest is a right of the citizens of the country. The only thing they will do is to inform the government that we are doing protests, inform the police, the IG police, for them to come out and to protect those that are doing the protests and the properties. And when you are going contrary to destroy, they will say, no, this is not what we are here to do. Nothing like stopping the protest. The protest continues. It is a right of a people to protest. It's not a right of government to stop. That is why we are calling to bring Nigeria down. What is happening in Nigeria has never happened anywhere in the world before. What is happening in Nigeria, even in Cameroon, it never happened. Even in any part of Africa, it never happened. That is why we told that Nigeria is not a country. Nigeria is, see, We go and verify. The only country that was their history carries amalgamation of a white man is only Nigeria. That is only the country. So that is why our own never is no Igbo sna nkem di iche ba jafo. Nke Nigeria is different from every other country in the world. That is why this calamity is befalling on them. They are not a country. They are not. Let us go into our main program today, the right of the protest. The people's right about the protest is the main program we have today. So now, on this junction, we have taken our time to discuss with our brother. His opinion is his opinion. Our own is our own. We must disagree to agree. That is me. I believe I will disagree. Some area we will agree, some area will disagree. We disagree doesn't make us an enemy. No. Yes. We are going to go into right of people to protest. That's nobody will seek court injunction to stop protests. It's good that it's coming. So the world will see the so-called territorial integrity they are protecting. The level where Nigeria has passed that level, where UN invoke the right, the territorial integrity of South Africa, when people of Namibia was fighting to be a free country in Africa. It get to this stage, that stage as when South Africa was, then the world revoked their territorial integrity. Nigeria has passed that. But because of the territorial integrity is about the oil in Biafra land, about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that is where territorialists work against the Biafran people. Then, on the name of the by force amalgamation, these are 4 trains that are corrupt things that Nigeria lay their hand on. That the world are telling that Nigeria has territorial integrity. There is nothing like that. A country that was amalgamated because of it comes from the side of Britain supporting them. That is why they are still there. What South Africa did to Namibia people is Nigeria has done 20% of that to the Biafran people. And on that junction, the world powers invoke back the right of South Africa on the territorial integrity. After they have recognized Namibia, the world give them back their territorial integrity. That is the truth. On the principle of self-defense, you have right to protest. There is a lot of laws that support that gears towards that. There's many things that are there. The citizens has their full right to do what? To protest. We will start from here this morning as we go in. We'll start from here because it is good that you understand it very well. So as we are going to the protest, you know why you are going in. That is, you are right that nobody should take away from you. It's the right of the people that nobody will take away from the people, because it's a right of the people, because people are the government by themselves. Without those people that are making protests, there will be no government. So the protest that Sowore is calling for is not a protest of Biafran people. It's not a protest of Biafra. It's a protest of the injustice meted on Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and every average Nigeria, that maybe it might be his turn tomorrow. So for that not to happen in the future, that is the protest him who believe you want Nigeria are calling for. He's not calling that Biafra is their country. He's not calling protest for the Biafran people. No. The same way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has called for Sowore release when he was arrested by Nigerian government. The same way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu called for protest or release of Ojo Kanu. The same way he called for release of Olusemeto. The same way he called for people in the real Hausa people. He has done all this. So it is a time for people to do the same thing he did for them back to him. So Nigeria is where everything is available. Could you imagine that the IG of police went to call to stop protests? Imagine such a thing. That is why you know that Nigeria is only answering Nigeria because of what? Police and army. Once you remove police and army, nobody will accept to answer Nigeria. They use this to by force people in the interest of the amalgamation that was forced to the people. We did not seek any of us opinion that if we want Nigeria, but they come and say, you, from today, you are Nigeria. You pay yo without consulting you. Nobody did that to you. That is why you must end that enclave. That is why you must end that by force amalgamation. That is a death sentence to the indigenous people in that so-called country that the Biafra people have said, hell no, we want to be on our own. Yeah, Cosmas. Whether they strike it out or they don't strike it out, the people has the right to vote is what I want us to understand. It's not that what brings me here today is how it is a right of a new country that the leader was arrested, that after the official declaration, how is the right to call for a protest all over the world to seek for political pressure to release their leaders or political pressure for international recognition. That is the program that brings me here today. But it is what it is. Anyhow it comes, we will dive in. Anyhow it comes, we will dive in. Because everything must happen. Everything. So do not panic. Do not panic. Everything will work well. The protest is very, very important for you who still believe in one Nigeria. Because tomorrow, it might happen to you. That is why the protests are more important. Let us see the right of people to protest.
Yes, people absolutely have the right to protest. This is a fundamental human right protected by international law.
Let me allow it. I want you to play till it ends. Then we will play it again for you to be, when we are explaining, so you can be able to understand and follow us up.
This right is derived primarily from the right to freedom of peaceful assembly and the right to freedom of expression. 1. International legal basis. The right to protest is recognized in the two most widely ratified human rights instruments. Instrument. Article. Right protected. Universal Declaration of Human Rights, UDHR. Article 21. Everyone has the right to freedom of peaceful assembly and association. International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, ICCPR. Article 21. The right of peaceful assembly shall be recognized. ICCPR. Article 19.2. Guarantees the right to freedom of expression, which includes ideas of all kinds, whether orally, in writing, in print, in the form of art, or through any other media of their choice, such as a protest or demonstration. The United Nations considers the right to protest to be a cornerstone of a democratic society, allowing individuals to express collective views, challenge injustice, and participate in the conduct of public affairs. 2. Key conditions and limitations. The right to protest is not unlimited. International law is clear that the protest must be peaceful, and that any restrictions imposed by the government must meet strict criteria. A. The requirement of peaceful. The core term in the law is peaceful assembly. Non-violence is key. A protest loses the protection of this right if it becomes violent. However, international bodies generally agree that isolated acts of violence by a few individuals should not be attributed to the entire assembly or be used as a justification to disperse an otherwise peaceful gathering. Tolerance for disruption. A certain degree of disruption, e.g., blocking traffic or making noise, is an unavoidable consequence of most effective public protests, and governments are generally required to tolerate a reasonable level of disruption. B. Legitimate restrictions. Governments may only restrict the right to protest if the restriction meets all three of the following conditions. 1. Prescribed by law, legality. The restriction must be clearly set out in a specific, accessible law. 2. Pursues a legitimate aim. The restriction must be necessary to protect specific public interests, such as national security or public safety, public order, ordre public, the protection of public health or morals, the protection of the rights and freedoms of others. 3. Necessary and proportionate. The restriction must be narrowly tailored, meaning it is the least restrictive means possible to achieve the legitimate aim. A complete ban on a protest is almost always considered a disproportionate and unlawful restriction. The burden of justifying any restriction rests on the state.
We'll repeat it again so you may follow me.
Yes, people absolutely have the right to protest. This is a fundamental human right protected by international law. This right is derived primarily from the right to freedom of peaceful assembly and the right to freedom of expression. 1. International legal basis. The right to protest is recognized in the two most widely ratified human rights instruments. Instrument. Article. Right protected. Universal Declaration of Human Rights, UDHR. Article 21. Everyone has the right to freedom of peaceful assembly and association. International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, ICCPR. Article 21. The right of peaceful assembly shall be recognized. ICCPR. Article 19.2. Guarantees the right to freedom of expression, which includes ideas of all kinds, whether orally, in writing, in print, in the form of art, or through any other media of their choice, such as a protest or demonstration. The United Nations considers the right to protest to be a cornerstone of a democratic society, allowing individuals to express collective views, challenge injustice, and participate in the conduct of public affairs. 2. Key conditions and limitations. The right to protest is not unlimited. International law is clear that the protest must be peaceful, and that any restrictions imposed by the government must meet strict criteria. A. The requirement of peaceful. The core term in the law is peaceful assembly. Non-violence is key. A protest loses the protection of this right if it becomes violent. However, international bodies generally agree that isolated acts of violence by a few individuals should not be attributed to the entire assembly or be used as a justification to disperse an otherwise peaceful gathering. Tolerance for disruption. A certain degree of disruption, e.g., blocking traffic or making noise, is an unavoidable consequence of most effective public protests, and governments are generally required to tolerate a reasonable level of disruption. B. Legitimate restrictions. Governments may only restrict the right to protest if the restriction meets all three of the following conditions. 1. Prescribed by law, legality. The restriction must be clearly set out in a specific, accessible law. 2. Pursues a legitimate aim. The restriction must be necessary to protect specific public interests, such as national security or public safety, public order, ordre public, the protection of public health or morals, the protection of the rights and freedoms of others. 3. Necessary and proportionate. The restriction must be narrowly tailored, meaning it is the least restrictive means possible to achieve the legitimate aim. A complete ban on a protest is almost always considered a disproportionate and unlawful restriction. The burden of justifying any restriction rests on the state.
I hope you followed me, and for you who they want to deceive that there will be no protest, is a right of people to so the protest of injustice in Nigeria must hold on Monday. Nigeria government, IG, did not have right to stop it. No court has right to stop it. It's only in Nigeria you are hearing such a thing. That is why Nigeria is not a country. Tell me, in country we have had that the IG work against protesters to go and stop the protest, take order. Who is the court? It's not happening anywhere. That people will not protest for injustice. Injustice is the key thing that people have to protest for. Now that the so-called one Nigerians, the average Nigeria has rose up to do protests. That is why someone like me I support it, because it is right for them, for the protests. So the protest is a right of the people to prove that things are not going well, to prove the injustice, to prove the intimidation, to prove the human abuses, to prove the inhuman treatment, to prove the harassment, the abuse from military and police. All this is what is called, they said, when those things are happening, you people have to, the citizens of the country has to call for protests. Today, all these things is not happening in Nigeria. It is happening. That is why the protest must hold on. Do not go there as a Biafra with flag. Do not go there to showcase that you are a Biafra. No. Go there to protest for injustice. Support those who are leading the protests. Be with them. The protest is also a political. So who is telling you that you do not stand with those that it's all about politics? It's all about what? Politics. Now, let us do our explanation. Do we normally do? Let us continue.
Yes, people absolutely have the right to protest. This is a fundamental human right protected by international law.
Yes, people have right to protest. This is a fundamental human right protected by international law. International law protects you. They will also, when Nigeria come against you, because of the way things are happening in Nigeria and the name that Nigeria are answering all over the world right now, the international law will protect you. And if Nigeria adhere to do anything, the international law will know that Nigeria has betrayed the law of the international law. And why you must do is also to prove that how corrupt Nigeria is, how Nigeria is not abiding by the law, how Nigeria does not respect their own law, talk less of the international law. This is why you have to go to the protest, to expose Nigeria more, despite the killing that is going on. The protest is to expose Nigeria on their evil agendas and what they represent for. Hope you are following. It is your fundamental human right to protest. When there is others that are counted, you must do what? Protest. You must protest. So do not be deceived by telling that the IG has stopped the election, they stopped the protest, there's no way to hold on. It's a pure, him as the IG of police does not have the right, except that Nigeria was under force country, was amalgamated by force. So everything is by force. That is the only way they will come out and start shooting people and start tearing tear gas. That's why for that, nothing called for that. So far the protest is peaceful.
This right is derived primarily from the right to freedom of peaceful assembly and the right to freedom of expression. 1.
This right is derived primarily from the right of a freedom of peace assembly and the right of freedom of expression. That's why Nigeria is not a country. Nigeria is not practicing democracy, they are practicing autocracy. That is why they say you cannot protest. That's why they are trying to do shenanigans and no place we hold on. The right derived primarily from the right to freedom of peaceful assembly and the right of freedom of expression. Equal to explain how things it is. It's no longer free in Nigeria. It's a high time you bring Nigeria down. If you don't bring Nigeria down, Nigeria will bring you down. The people in the Benue, the people in the Katsina, the people in the Kwara, all these places they clean are going. Mazan the Kano, I told you that it's not working and you refuse. Today, it has bring many of you, your family members down. If you have listened to work and taken the story from Mazan the Kano, by now, those people that died in your family could have not been able to die. They could have been alive today. Because that is what we stand for. We fight for every indigenous people in Nigeria to have their own freedom, to have freedom of expression. When you gather one place, look at what the way Nigeria are killing indigenes. You know how many times has come on air that Nigeria told that they mistakenly bombed them. They know where Boko Haram that they are called for negotiation is. But when they see the civilians gather to do something, they will throw up and we thought it's Boko Haram. Imagine such a country and you are proud. Are you not a fool? So protest that is calling, the Chore is calling, yes. Protest is all about, the protest is also, for you to express an assembly is also a politics. All this is political. Without politics, you go nowhere. Without politics, nobody knows who you are. But the politics is bring you up and showcase who you are. The right to vote is the right for protest is your own. The same way you have a right to vote, time of vote. Ask them, why are they not using court injunction to stop vote in Nigeria? Why is it only when it's come to protest, then people will not have their rights anymore? But when it's come to the vote, they will tell that it's your right, one man, one vote. That is how it's also one man, one protest. Sorry, give me 1 minute. Mm-hmm. 1 minute. Yes. So, why is time of vote? The IG will not go to court and stop INEC from conducting a vote. It's only the protest. That is why you know that this thing is not a country. Every evidence is in front of you, but you blind your eyes. You refuse to see it. Your eyes is blind. And what happened? You refuse to see the truth. Eh? So, I hope you're understanding this. It's your fundamental right to protest. The same way it's your fundamental right to vote these criminals. You go and vote for them. Those that you voted under APC are the one now trying to stop you to protest. Why not tell them that if you stop us to protest, we will not going to vote? And let's see what will happen. You who believe in one Nigeria, can you tell them that? Can you?
National legal basis. The right to protest is recognized in the two most widely ratified human rights instruments.
International legal basis. The right to protest is recognized in the two most widely reflect human rights instruments. This is the most widely two laws that is the most widely human right. You are right to vote. You are right not to vote. You are right to protest. There is no right for you to not to protest. This is the right that you must protest. So go on out on Monday and handle the protest. Just be peaceful. Don't come with gun and bullets. Don't come with iron. Come with your placards. Carry it and go for the protest. It's your right to exercise your rights. That's what it is. Now, the right to protest is recognized in the two most widely ratified human rights instruments. Now, when something is widely, that is how it is your right for the protest.
Instrument. Article. Right protected. Universal Declaration of Human Rights. UDHR. Article 21. Everyone has the right to freedom of peaceful assembly and association. International Covenant on...
Do you hear it? Instrument. Article. Right to protest. Do you hear it? Then when it's come to instrument, Universal Declaration of Human Rights, UDHR, Article 20, Paragraph 1, in brackets, the rights. Now listen, everyone has the right to freedom of peaceful assembly and the association. This is international law. So you have to go out also to make Nigeria to break this law, so the world will see what we are saying. So continue doing your protest. It's all about stand up for your rights. Thank you, my brother, for the comment. So I want to be strong and stand up. For I want to know that nothing will stop you unless you refuse to stop, unless you decided to stop. Going to Abuja, the only thing that happens that the protests need to plan in a very good way. They need to have used these 2 days that left and make it every way. The protest, see, if people of Nigeria try this way, there's many ways. If every entire Nigeria sit down for one day, like on Monday, it's another protest, and they will make it open. We are sitting down, or because of the injustice method of Simon Omazen Nnamdi Kanu, the president of Biafra, or the method of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, because the protest is not about Biafra. It is about injustice. It is about equity. It is about fairness. That is not in Nigeria. There is no equity. There is no fairness. There is nothing. Everything about Nigeria is injustice. These 3 things that what people are coming out to protest for. Are you going to come out or not? If you're in Biafra land, or if you're in Nigeria? I say one Nigeria. So I want you to know it clearly that this is the right of you. It also now is a right of you because of this is a personal YouTube. You also have right to comment. I mean, I also have right to delete what you comment when it's not good by me. It's all about the rights of the people. It's all about what the people want. But rather in Nigeria, it's about what the government wants. It is about what the government wants, is what we are experiencing in the so-called Zoological Republic of Panama Kingdom. That is why it's not a country. That is why it's not a country. It's a Royal Niger company, a bridge, a company. So do not be panic, is my message to you. You must stand up for the vote. You must. You must stand up and do the needful. Take your right. It's your fully right. The way they will told you that it's your right for election. Now, why is not a right for you to go and protest? Why is one is going to protest? They want to stop it. So, we must do everything accordingly. We must understand things that are our own right. Let us continue. Remember, instrument, article, right to protest. That is what we are doing. Let us hear another one. They have given you one first law. Let us see what they are giving us again.
Civil and Political Rights, ICCPR, Article 21. The right of peaceful assembly shall be recognized.
Yes. International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. The reason why that the politics is what is why that the protest is politics. I don't know how people will when people start understanding the well, maybe because of I have been to politics for long. That is why I know what I'm saying. It's all about what? Politics. International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, ICCPR. That is on Article 21 that gives you rights. The right of peaceful assembly shall be recognized by Nigeria. Death sentence. Nigeria is a death sentence to every indigenous people. It's also why they are denying you the access to go and protest. This is things that are there. That's what I need to know. These are pure facts. These are pure truths. Under Article 1 has told us what to do. Let us listen. ICCPR, Article 19, Paragraph 1. Paragraph 19 and 2. Listen, let us listen to this again.
CCPR, Article 19.2, guarantees the right to freedom of expression, which includes ideas of all kinds, whether orally, in writing, in print, in the form of art, or through any other media of their choice, such as a protest or demonstration. The United Nations...
Do you hear it? There is many laws that back up protests. Why you have to go is also to prove that Nigeria is a lawless country, that Nigeria is corrupt country, that thing called amalgamation is no longer working on the people's head. That is why you must go and protest for injustice. So do not panic that day. Anything they are do, the eyes of those that have been warning them from congressmen from all over the world are also, they have put their searchlight on what will happen that day. It's only when you are afraid they will carry you. But when you are strong, nobody takes you away. The right of freedom of expression, which includes idea of all kind, whether original is writing in pen, in the form of art, or through any other media of their choice, such as pastor or what? Demonstration. Such as what? Protest or demonstration. In this Article 19, Paragraph 2 in brackets, that we have the right of freedom of expression. A protest is a right of a freedom to express how you feel about the so-called the one Nigeria. See what it is. Then the other way around, is he not telling you that is including ideas of a kind within original, in writing, or in what? In painting, in the form of art, or through any other media of their choice of demonstration. Protest, you are right. Under international law, it is you are right to go and protest. For the injustice, you are not protesting because of the Biafra we are looking for. No. Now, you are not even protesting because of the Biafra Mazakan is fighting for, but you are protesting because of the injustice meted on Simon Bice has been just meted on you. And also, how is it Nigeria is a corrupt country? They are releasing Boko Harams and pardoning all the manner of drug dealers, killers in the homeland, killers everywhere. That is what Nigeria is into right now. That is it. So that is why you must protest to expose Nigeria. Your protest is another to expose the evil, the impunity of Nigeria government. That's the only country that the history of their country is amalgamation by force without consulting the indigenous people. The time of amalgamation, have you asked of time of have you asked of time of the so-called Isaac Iwe and all of them? They are little babies. They did not consult them. Said what? They didn't consult them. That is why you must end this death sentence of amalgamation called One Nigeria. One Nigeria is a death sentence. One Nigeria is evil. One Nigeria is impunity. One Nigeria is corruption. One Nigeria is killing. One Nigeria is kidnapping. One Nigeria is harvesting organ. Everything bad is about the soul that's in that amalgamation of the Lugard of 1914 called Nigeria. Darkness. Destruction to the human rights, to the human life. Killing every blessed day is what that name called what Nigeria represents. That's what is working for today. Hope you can see it clearly. Go out there and protest. It's your right. Go out there to showcase yourself. Go out there peacefully. Don't destroy anything. March on the road. Shout free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. The injustice of him is too much. That is all you got to do. Remember, our line is open in case if you want to call, because we are not going to be much longer because we are going to come back again. So if you want to call, you are free to call on this program. Number to call is +9733360513337. That is number only on WhatsApp. +9733360513337. That is the number to call. Anytime you want to call, you are free to call. Now let us continue.
Considers the right to protest to be a cornerstone of a democratic society, allowing individuals to express collective views, challenge injustice, and participate in the conduct of public affairs. 2.
Listen. The United Nations consider the right of protest to be a cornerstone of a democracy society, allowing individuals to express collective view, challenging injustice, and participating in the conduct of public affairs. Are you hearing it? The United Nations, the right to protest is become a cornerstone of democracy, to prove that we are practicing democracy. But if anytime there's something in protest, means we are practicing autocracy. It's only an autocracy ruling that you dare not, the citizens have no right to protest. But when it is this way, it is the people of the ethnic, all the ethnic group has right to protest. This is the truth that you must know. These are the facts. This is things that we need to know on our own. When you did not handle this protest again, that means we are practicing autocracy. Are you following? It is what it is. Allowing individual to express collective view, changing injustice, and participating in the conduct of public affairs. Are you hearing it? This is what the international law, international article is telling us to do. The article of the human rights, the article of the covenant, the article of UDHR, all this gives you right to go and protest. And do you know where they killed you? Where they have knelt is when they told you that the United Nations consider the right of protest for a cornerstone of a democrat, of democracy society, allowing the individuals to express their collective view of how this country, now that is why you see Chowore, whenever he goes, he asks people questions, people will interact with him. When the protest starts, people will be talking how things are going down in Nigeria. That is not going well. That is what collective view. We make our view and present to the government that this and this and this is not good, that this and this need to be changed. So if you see fully, remember how many laws? Article 9, bracket 2, Article 1 of UN Charter support the right of the people to do what? To go on and vote. It supports the people's rights to go and do what? To go and vote. It did not condemn it. So why you say Nigeria is not working? Nigeria is autocracy state, not democracy. Is what it's all about. When the IG tried to use call to stop the protest, my people must stand up and fight for what belongs to us once and for all. Let's continue.
Key conditions and limitations. The right to protest is not unlimited. International law is clear that the protest must be peaceful, and that any restrictions imposed by the government must meet strict criteria. A.
Listen. Yes. Key condition and the legitimations. The right to protest is not, oh God. And when Mboji proved the right to protest, namely again, that's not there possible. Me and more about it. International law is clear that the protest must be peaceful and that any restriction imposed by the government must meet certain criteria. The right to protest is not unlimited. It is a bogus free worldwide thing for protests to go on. So I am pleading on, do not listen for anything except going to that protest is what you have to pay your attention for. Please, as you come, please like and share the program if you never do so. And able to do that, because when you share other programs that we are live and they will join and they will hear the message that we are preaching, why this protest need to go viral, why the protest must be conducted. Are you following? So that do not allow the right. It's time to showcase. Let us know if Nigeria is was for me from the one that Nigeria is under autocracy regime, not a democracy. Democracy is on the mouth, in the heart, and in the action. It is autocracy. Is it not true? It is true now. What are you waiting for? Child, this enclave, this dead sentence called Nigeria, we must do something about it. You must do something. The Biafran people has do their own thing by making official declaration of United States of Biafra. We left you there. If you want to be there, it's on your own. For we, very soon, we are going to be fully in our country and show you what they see on, or they told us from the orient of the world, that these people are Republicans. That's what they told us. So, do not be moved. Do not be panicked. So, you have here the keys of key basic conditions of what? Having protests. The protests must be peaceful, and they are, and that's any restriction imposed by the government must meet strike criteria. So if Nigeria is about to do what? They will answer query under international law. If they try to stop this protest, you must come outside on that Monday. You must come outside on that Monday to protest. Even in your rural area, people can find themselves together and hold the protest. Let me tell you this thing. When I arranged NSAS protest and went to police and get documents, you know what happened? There is where you plan protest, you achieve it. Because Nigeria only exists on the gun and bullet. That is only where they exist. That's the only way we see what they are doing. So please, as you come, please like and share this program. I don't know why people are not sharing and not liking. If you are first time of coming on this page, you will see a 3 dot in front of your phone. Click on it, then it will take you to the page. This is Real Biafra TV. Also subscribe. So whatever you are live, you will know that we are live. We are direct. Echo TV, I greet you. Onwuka, I greet you. Joseph, I greet you. Professor AJ, good morning. Onyenkem. Collins, I greet you. So I have greet all of you, and I greet my brother Michelle. Good morning from here. Thank you for always checking out on us and also always being here to support us. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. I see Obinna. I see Johnson. I see Daniel. I see Ijelenwany. Thank you so much for coming. I greet all of you. So, we are on the key. Listen to this.
The requirement of peaceful, The core term in the law is peaceful assembly. Non-violence is key. A protest loses the protection of this right if it becomes violent. However, international bodies generally agree that isolated acts of violence by a few individuals should not be attributed to the entire assembly or be used as a justification to disperse an otherwise peaceful gathering.
Here's something here. That thing you see, Udele, and those anti-protesters, there is something you must bring out here that you have in your mind. The requirement of peaceful. The corner item in this law is peaceful assembly. It's what? Peaceful assembly of the indigenous people who claim they want Nigeria, and we are different people who want to support them for them to be free, for the injustice to stop. Because as Nnamdi Kanu has become the president of the state of Biafra, he is not going to go back into it again, whether I like it or not. Non-violence is the key. A protest lost the protection of the right of rights if it becomes violent. However, international bodies generally agree that the isolated acts of the violence by few individuals should not be attributed to the entire assembly or by use as a justification. What do they mean here? The protest will be for no violence, only placards. You march together, you go where you're going. When it's due time, you finish, you go out and go back to your rooms. Tomorrow morning, you continue on that one. So, Nigeria IG did not court has the rights or less that in Nigeria everything is possible, but let it not be possible of this one stopping you from the protest. Let it not be like that. Go on and do the protest. It's for your own good. It's for your own good. It is for what? For your own good. That is why the protest must carry on once you are in so-called zoological republic of animal kingdom. The amalgamation, the death sentence. So, my people, we must continue. Let us continue. Now, for people like Nigeria using Udele and Chukwuka, it's against international law for them to bring violence or to the anti-protest. It's against international law. The international is against it. That the government are not supposed to mobilize anybody to be doing anti-protest. It's only in Nigeria they are doing anti-protest. All these things is not enough. This is not a country where you belong. All these things is not enough for you. The world is not enough reason for you to give us our recognition and remove Nigeria from our territory so we can be able to govern ourselves and do better to ourselves. My people. So, do not be moved by any court injunction. Do not be moved by any IJ. What you do is just prepare yourself as a man you are. Prepare yourself ahead of the task. So, be strong. Do not panic. Because what you are doing is the right of you to do that. It is the right. So, my people, there is no reason to justify the anti-protest. There will be no reason on international law. There is nothing to use to justify of a few individuals coming out to say, they're not doing this, they're not. No. Under it, because that is why Nigeria is another country. Who don't know that what they are doing, the law is against it. They can also be called for respect. They can also be called for query because of all this. So, my people, I want to know that Nigeria is a death sentence. That is why they don't want you to protest. Should they have put law now? So, my people, we must do what we have to do. You must do what you're supposed to do for the injustice meted on anybody not only on Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, because now you don't know who is going to be tomorrow, whether it's going to be you. Yesterday is Mazen Nnamdi, what of tomorrow? Who else is it going to be? Who else is it going to be? Yesterday is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, today or next tomorrow. Who else? That is why you have to stand up on your feet and do the protest. Fight for your rights. For how long are you going to be lazy? For how long are you going to be afraid? The protest can also hold on in every part of Nigeria. It must not all be in Abuja. And it must not be one center. The population living in Abuja comes out. Then it divides the attention of the so-called military and so-called police. They could not match you. But because of whenever you are lazy, get out one place and start dancing. It's not a time to dance. It's a time to shout. It's a time to cry. It's a time to let the world know how important and how the injustice that is going on in Nigeria need to be stopped by dividing Nigeria. That is the only way to stop. It's not by Nigeria. It's going to because who control the same people. And the same people are there. When they are going, they give their so-called halt to continue from where they stop. Why are you not standing up to fight? That is why Biafran people are fighting. That is why we have got the result of our declaration on November 20, 2024 as the Biafran people. To end the impunity, to end the injustice, to end the human rights abuse, to end the intimidation, to end the abuse of arrest, abuse of law, and all what's not that's going on in Nigeria. That is why the Biafran people stood up to give you examples and solution. Join the movement of Sowore. Politics it's all about politics. Do not say, oh, because of Sowore is looking for president, I should not. It's pure lie. What he's calling for today, Mazen Kanu has also called for him in that way. So it's a 5-side case. Do not listen to those people. That's those anti-protesters. Do not take instruction from them. Do not look for them. They are irrelevant. Under international law, they say if the government trying to bring individual, a group of people who trying to stop the protest, that they have already do that now. That is why it's a lawless country. There is no law there. Law doesn't work there. Only what work there is gun and bullet by force, intimidation. It's only work in Nigeria. The killing of the indigenous people is only working there. When you refuse, they will buy you. They will shoot you aside. That's what we are seeing there. They will do state of emergency. They will do the other one. That is what they are. Only to use force in everything. Drop the army, drop the police. Nobody will say that he's Nigeria. Nigeria will fall from upstate for Yakata. And already fall. The Biafran people has made it to fall. And we will continue to do more. Because we are fighting for every indigenous person. That is what we are doing. It's very painful that these things are coming out. But we must.
Tolerance for disruption. A certain degree of disruption, e.g., blocking traffic or
a certain degree of what? Disruption. That he is going to accept what? The degree of corruption is what is people are crying for. E.g., blocking traffic or making noise. You don't have to go and block some traffic. That is why you must have where you assemble yourself and do what you need to do and video it and put it on air. You have done well.
Making noise is an unavoidable consequence of most effective public protests, and governments are generally required to tolerate a reasonable level of disruption. B. Legitimate restrictions. Governments may only restrict the right to protest if the restriction meets all three of the
let's keep it here a little bit. Create a danger of disruption, e.g., blocking traffic or making noise, and unavoidable consequences of most effective public protests, and the governments are generally required to tolerate responsible level of disruption. There's when there is nobody hitting car, when there's nobody hitting house, when there's nobody fighting, the government are not supposed to intervene. They are not supposed to do what? Intervene on the matter. But they did. So, I am telling you this today, that it is your right to go and protest. The same way that we told that it's your right to go and vote, is now also your right to protest for what is for injustice. That is the truth that we all must know. There's no other way around. This is only we have to do that. Free him. It's all about politics. It's all about political. B. Legitimacy restriction. Let us go into that.
Following conditions. 1. Prescribed by law, legality. The restriction must be clearly set out in a specific, accessible law. 2. Pursues a legitimate aim. The restriction...
Are you hearing it? Government may only restrict their right to protest if the... Hey, my God. The government may only resist the right to protest if the reaction met all three of these follow conditions. And when the government can resist that one, they can stop the protest. They can stop it. What are those things? Listen to that. Number
It
1.
must be necessary to protect specific public interests, such as national security or public safety, public order, ordre public, the protection of public health or morals, the protection of the rights and freedoms of others. 3. Necessary and proportionate. The restriction must be narrowly tailored, meaning it is the least restrictive means possible to achieve the legitimate aim. A complete ban on a protest is almost always considered a disproportionate and unlawful restriction. The burden of justifying any restriction rests on the state.
I hope you heard it clearly. I hope you are listening. Like I said, please like and share the program. It doesn't remove anything from you. What is that? Just you will see a 3 dot in front of you. Click on it, it will open. You will see like and share. Please do that so other people will see those who want to protest. They will see that we are giving them encouragement and there is a law that backs them up to go and what they want to do. That is why you have to share this program. The program is about what is going to happen on 20th of November, of October. That is what we are here to assure you that laws covered you up. Exactly. So we must continue. 1, probably law. The reaction must be clear, sent out in a specific aggravable law. We must set some things out, and the law has already set it out. What are those things? The reaction must be clearly stated out in a specific place. Now back at this protest, my brother who called me before, do you see it now? That you have to take order from the government, from police, of IG. Why are you taking the order? For them to be aware and be alert and stop those who want to destroy the protest. But in Nigeria, what you're experiencing is those who are coming to destroy the that is why you see people that all of them are making mockery of themselves. Look at how they are. They're not even up to 1%, and the world will not see this. That is why you must protest to bring such people out, to the rest to be called at all levels. Are you following? Pursuing a legitimate aim, the restriction must be necessary to protect specific public interests, such as child. So tell me why the protest will not go. All these things they are telling you that will make you to stop. Nobody's doing that. The restriction must be necessary to protect. Now the police see no question protect on the Protestants. Yes, I'm picking up calls. Madam Ngozi, who said I'm not picking up calls? Sorry, let me shake. Because if you have missed, wow, Jesus. Sorry, let me call you back. Wanda. I'm picking up. It's on no disturb, so it will not stop what I'm doing. So sorry about that. not put you on silence. Why are you not coming out when somebody call? Wanda, you can try again. You can try. I'm talking about your net. I don't know whether it's a network or something. Let me try again. No. Okay, yes, I'm right. Yeah, good morning from here, Wanda. Good morning.
Hold on. Good morning. Hold on now. Come.
Okay.
Good morning. Good morning, Umobasa.
Yes, sir. I don't want my
Good
sister.
morning, everyone.
Yes.
Good morning, all Biafrans in the comment section. Good morning. Ụtụtụ ọma, ụmụchukwu okike abịama. Anyị ga-adị ka echi, n'echi anaghị agwụ agwụ. Isi n'ike. Anyị emerigo. Yes, my brother. Yes, it's true that what you are teaching this morning and you are reading onto to every both white or brown or any kind of human being,
yes,
they're hearing it if they're watching. And also, I still want to tell the international, I use this opportunity to call on them, because international, they are the one that write this human rights.
Exactly.
And they are not following, it. Why are they not following it in Africa, especially that country called Nigeria? Because of their corrupt international people, you people are corrupt. Because what people are afraid, people know their rights. Whether old women, old men, even younger and monkey, they know their rights. Because in your country, all the Caucasian country, we protest. Their government corrects things. If now, where I am now, if I don't like what they are doing, or we don't like, or for example, throughout last month, strike of bus strike. Why? Because there's no bus. They are protesting, and if you don't have to go to your work, you can go. And that time, taxi people use that opportunity to double their transportation. And many many students didn't go to school, so didn't go to job. And they are government lose in that their aspect of tax. Is their protest, but it works for them. Anything that their citizens know that the government is not doing it right, they protest. Even sometimes, before the protest, we will even take, maybe, for example, maybe I will say next week, they will put next week. And that next week, and government will look into that protest, you will see that they will be begging them. They will be begging their citizens. And say, okay, we are going to do something. It's how a good country, and a good country that, yes, they know the human rights, but their own human rights is working. But in Africa, human rights is not working, especially in Nigeria, because of the corruption, because of the oil there. They will be using that their citizen money to be bribing them. This is bribe. This is not giving. International, you people are corrupt. Because of, people, the citizens of Nigeria, they are afraid all the time. When they will come for protest, do you know why? You guys know the reason why. We need to be calling international people out. We need to be calling them out this time around. We can never shut up our mouth and say, let them know. No, because they know the reason why. My dear friends, international is corrupt. because it's your own right. And that's not the reason why, because of when they come out with a flag or not with their mouth on the flag, you know, for example, they say, we want this, there will be demonstration. And you will see police that will guide the protesters. Police that will guide them so that nobody will come and hurt them. They will be shooting them. They will be shooting them. And international, they're seeing everything. And the people will still report to international human rights because they're still there in Nigeria. They will cover everything up and they will see their mouth and they will never and say it again. Because anything that Nigeria is doing with their citizens, they are not that this is oppression. The oppressing people not to talk. We are not in the regime of don't speak. No? We are in the regime even I can criticize this government. So far as I don't go I don't know how to put it so that people understand. Maybe I will not go put towards how can I put it? My boundary. I know my boundary of criticism. You understand? As a citizen. But Nigerian citizens, they know their right. But the intimidation from is not the intimidation now is not from Nigeria. It's from the human rights for us.
It's from Britain and America. They are the one.
Yes. It's not Nigeria. Because they knows everything. You understand? Okay. During the time of I think third great one happened. What happened? I think one of the girls, he ran to Canada. Is your man name? They cover everything. They went there, and say, there's no CCTV, there's DDC, there's that, there's Cheke, there's Naga. It's them. It's not Nigeria. International, let me tell you guys are corrupt. Enough is enough. That's why there are some people, and nobody will stop us not to live. And we already live. We are just putting one, two, and another thing in order. We are just heading up. So go and settle in our own country. And British and American, when you people come for us, we will come for you people. Enough is enough. Because intimidation from you people is too much for the citizens. You will say international rights. And when the citizens are right to take, to take that right in their hands, you people now cannot speak. And how many times, look at our own president. Our president, Nnamdi Kanu, the way Nigeria and British, they connive and bundle this man from Kenya, kidnap to Nigeria. And when someone is kidnapped to a country, that person don't have any case to answer. No case to go to that dungeon of that stupid court. But if people keep quiet, because of what people keep quiet. Umaru Diko, the time of Umaru Diko, you people take it. People did not, you people prison those people that did it. Because of why Umaru Diko is different. Because he's not seeking for a country. But this man, our president, Nnamdi Kanu, yes, is fighting for the freedom of his people. Where you people are taking that oil and gas, where you people are taking that coal, where you people are taking that what is it called trees, you people are using to do toothpick, to furnish your houses. Yeah? That's why you people do not say something. My brethren, not that people don't know their fundamental human rights. People knows. But international is suppressing it. International are canceling it in our own eyes. But in their country, everything internationalists work for them. It doesn't work for another man's country. Because that call us state country, but we are revising it. Because it's we that have all those things that them using in their country with their children. Arab share handshake. Enough is enough. My brother, my sisters and brothers, we need to be calling international out. How many years they start killing people of Benue? How many years Nigeria police, Nigeria government, they're starting killing us, their fans. We are crying, they're seeing everything. And they're closed their mouth because of my oil in my backyard. Because of my gas in my backyard. Because of our coal in our backyard. Because of everything that they're using, they're collecting. We are not animals. We don't have the right. Even animals in their country have the right. You can't kill animal. Yes, in British, you can't kill animal. Animal has rights. My brothers and sisters, animal has rights. Maybe by mistake you use car, to brush them on the way where you're going. That one is but you can't just use a cutlass, a gun to kill animal. Even you can't kill a chicken the way we kill a chicken in our country. In this country, they have abattoir that you can't see the way they slaughter that animal. Is it not a right? Why human being? Why we not have rights? Why are they not calling Nigeria? Why are they not give them sanction? Why? Why? Because of our oil. Because of their deal they are dealing together. It's the time that we'll be calling them out. Because the city is not the right. And this is the right because of the kidnap our president of the whole president of the USB. Nnamdi Kanu. They have put this man and bungled this man into a flight. And putting him in the jungle where there's no light. Where man cannot see the light of the day. People are coming now to cry out to take their rights and demonstrate and say no, this injustice is too much for him. It's too much for the citizens. And somebody is telling me that who is that madman called DPO? He's a madman. Because all of them, they're suffering and smiling. Police people, let me ask you people, is it the way another country are treating? Look at a whole army. They'll ask you to buy a boot. Where is it happening?
It's happening in the amalgamation country. Go on, my sister. It's happening inside the amalgamation country.
Where is this happening? Where is it happening that you will be on the road collecting citizens' money? It's not happening in Britain. It's not happening in even at any Europe country. Where is it happening? That somebody, you will stop a car, a driver. All the whole document is complete. But you are not telling the person that it is and it because you need money. Correct? Can't you start your own protest? Can't you put your gun down and say enough is enough? Citizens, let's go out there. Let's go and demonstrate because it's their right. We are intimidating citizens. Oh, who am I that will kill you people? I'm not using God because in my God, in my land, I'm using. Oh, Google will kill you people. Very stupid and hopeless people. How dare you? And even as they even hear, as they even hear that yes, Tuku Konfuegu, that Amadou will kill him very soon. Which is that man called Ikengo Ragu and the rest people, And that woman on your child, that's Obanjo with the group. No? As you people hear this, if it's not a country of corrupt, if it's not you people that is sending them, funding them to go and kill Nnamdi Kanu, for what reason? How can a citizen have rest over, telling a government that corrupt, a government that corrupt that was giving them money to go and do stupid something? As you people hear it, that I mean a PE, what is that they call them, in that useless police, DPO. Action, immediate action will take. Now we take more quickly action to call them in order. So invite them and say, see what we're hearing. They're still investigating. Then we stop. I thank God today who give us our president. I thank Chukwuka Biama who give us the strongest president in Nnamdi Kanu. Very strong man. Nnam, Jisike Nnam, Ogwa. The government, we are not tidying up. They are coming out very soon. I thank Chukwuka Biama. Onye Igbo Biafra mind to stand and challenge Britain. Onye Igbo Biafra mind to challenge America, especially this Britain. I am. I stand to Chukwuka Biama. I stand to Chukwuka Biama of giving us Prime Minister, the dragon, Simon Njoko. I stand to Chukwuka Biama today. Nnam, one mmadụ, one the number, the CK, offer more very.
Yes.
Atantukwa Chukwuka Biama, onye our DPM, Dr. Ngozi Orabreze, mind, a lion mind to stand and challenge and say, no, enough is enough. I'm not afraid of fighting for the freedom of my people, because it's our own right to fight for the freedom of our people. It's my own right to fight the freedom of my generation. It's your own right to fight. Rise and fight. All nation of Nigeria, rise and fight. All nation of Nigeria, rise and take your country in your hands. Enough is enough. No more intimidation. As you are going out there to go and protest, don't take our flag with you. Don't ever take our flag with you. This is Nigeria. It's not Biafra. We are not. Biafras are not protesting. It's not Biafra protestation. It's Nigeria. Because now I name Anana one name. You see Nike. Ikagunono. Omo Biafra, Jisinike. Omo Biafra, be a lion. Be a lion. Yes, our father. Our father that stood and fight with British. That stood and fight. And this is the time. This is the time. Don't be coward. Don't be coward. Take that your freedom, your hand, enough is enough. I don't make no nyobuna. I'm Masumi Jisike. Never again. Can that come and slaughter British? Never again. Can that stop? Can that stop us? Never again. Can that kill our children? Enough is enough. I'm not going to move after Jisinike. Ebon!
We move. No surrender, no retreat. Thank you so much. Nwada. You have made my day for me, honestly. Only that voice alone gives more courage to do what we are doing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, we move. We move, my people. I want you to understand exactly what is going on. It is heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking what is going on. Under these international laws, this international law of UK and of UK, of America, of Germany, is it only for white people? Then why do you put it, why do you bring it and say the world are together? Why? They hide every truth
across Igbo land.
There is nothing anybody can do. If I'm alive, if I'm dead, if I'm...
Look at him.
Yes, I will kill. If I'm dead, it's even better because we'll come far more quicker. I'll show you.
Some said he had been killed. Others said he had been captured by the army. For many, it felt like the end of a dream. The voice that once spoke for millions of people. But this is not the story of a man who died, but a man that refused to stay silent.
We are fighting for independence, not fighting physically with guns and bullets. We are fighting in terms of our agitation. We are fighting in terms of our belief. We're fighting in terms of our consistency to ensure that we are free. Because we're not free. As a free people, we can afford to make life better for our people.
It started as a whisper. One man, one microphone, and one message that the Igbo people deserve justice, fairness, and a seat at the table of this nation. Before long,
this is why they kidnap him.
A movement everywhere you turned.
This is why Britain collude with Nigeria and Kenya kidnap him, because he is the one that bring every truth and break every yoke. Britain want their lie. Britain want the deceive to see hiding for us to live in there. But this man, we are hearing his voice. The president of truth of United States of Biafra. This man stood up and said, no, that my people will not perish. They kill him. That is why they keep him in dungeon for good 5 years. For over 10 years, he's in court with Nigeria and they refuse to let him go. Because Britain has found a man who has come to stop them, to expose all their evil atrocity, all their plans, all their lies. That is why this man is where he is today. And Britain talk about human rights. We are using their human rights to encourage our people. This human rights only on when you see that Nigeria, so-called the amalgamation, the sentence of death called amalgamation will bring to us. The amalgamation will bring insecurity. The amalgamation will bring tribalism. The amalgamation will bring killing. The amalgamation will bring injustice. The amalgamation will bring all the abomination that it was prohibited in this world. Britain bring it to us. Take your amalgamation and go. Leave us. That is why the Biafran people have stood up and said, no, we will not, never will we support your evil. We are a free nation. Before you come, you said that we are living a decent life. And you come, you destroy decent life. Destroy our history. Destroy our region. Destroy our religion. Destroy everything good that we have been doing. And bring this death. May this death happen to Britain. May this evil bring to us. May that evil go back happen to you. You will experience it from starting from now to January. What will happen to Britain will be unaccepted. People will be massacred where you massacre our people. Because your amalgamation will bring death. Bring human treatment. Your amalgamation will bring what is happening to us in account today, because your amalgamation hate truth, but you hold truth on your own country. But for we, you say no. You will not allow us to live. You will not allow us to live. The Biafran people, we have swear an oath that we must defend our land at all costs. We must protect our life. We will not participate in your inhuman treatment anymore. We end it on November 29, 2024. That is when we end it. Whether you like it or not, the Biafran people has moved on. We are going to be exposing all your laws. You see what happened in NSAS, how they killed people in Lekki Gate, in Abuja, in Oka, in Onisha. Name all the places. You also see how SSO Wike killed people and dumped them inside river in Obibo. In Port Harcourt, you come, you change everything about us. Which one did we change from you? Britain, England. May all your generation inherit these orchestrated killings, orchestrated evil, orchestrated injustice that Britain brought to us. Be back to sender that we are turning it back to you people. Your children must experience it because it's so painful to us. Animals has right more than we. Animal has right more than we. Look at what Nigeria is doing. Killing people every day. If you say the truth, they will capture you, they will arrest you. That is all we're experiencing. Because of the oil in our land. And we told you that we will give this oil. If we don't believe, when you come before the amalgamation that brought death, corruption, inhuman treatment, kidnapping, harvesting of organ, all manner of evil thing that the amalgamation is a death sentence. That what bring people dying in Benue, in Katsina, in Kwara, Jigawa, everywhere in that's the amalgamation country. Everywhere it is evil. People are dying in numbers every day, and you are sponsoring it. Britain is sponsoring it, America is sponsoring it. So you want us to wipe away, but you could not ask yourself, why are they not wiping away? Only the population of the Biafrans who are in your country could have teach you a lesson, so you will stay away. By now, Britain, America, supposed to sanction Nigeria because they have committed what past murder. They are doing murderers every day in, day out, silencing the voice of truth, silencing the voice of human rights, silencing the voice of righteousness. Because you are white. Silencing every voice that wants to defend his people. That is why Mazi Kanu is where he is today. That is why he's in dungeon. That's why he's suffering. And what happened? Britain are not saying anything because they know that if they say
Mazi Kanu is dead. That was the news that spread like wildfire across Igbo land.
There is nothing anybody can do. If I'm alive, if I'm dead, if I'm whatever.
Look at him.
If I'm dead, it's even better because you come far more quicker.
Some said he had been killed. Others said he had been captured by the army. For many, it felt like the end of a dream. The voice that once spoke for millions of people. But this is not the story of a man who died, but a man that refused to stay silent.
We are fighting for independence, not fighting physically with guns and bullets.
We are fighting for independence.
In terms of our belief.
For what? For a new country that has been declared on November 29, 2024. I see you, Jerry. You're welcome. I see you, Isioma. You're welcome. I see you, Okole. You're welcome. I see you, Ejikeme. You're welcome. I see you, James. You're welcome. Love Day, I see you also. And these are those that know me. Equity TV, I have called you. Yes, I have done that. Onwuka, I have greeted all of you. Britain and their evil plan, because of profits, we decide that human being will not have their rights. That animal has value in the eyes of Britain more than we. Animal has value. Animal are not dying the way the amalgamation. You look at us, bring death sentence to us, called the amalgamation of Nigeria. Amalgamation of Nigeria is a death sentence to every indigenous people. That is why people are dying. Before the amalgamation, nobody is fighting anybody. We are living fully. Before you bring your judge, before you bring a judgment upon our head, without assembling us. People that are alive, you judge them without them saying a word. What you did to us, we are saying it back to sender, to you, Britain. He will never go scot-free. The things that we have passed through, your children, your unborn, your grandchildren, everything shall come to Britain. They must pass through this sufferness, painful, this intimidation we are in today. Your own people must pass it. You must hate it, because what you sow is what you will reap. You have sown death to us, that death shall come to you. You have sown inhuman treatment to us, the inhuman treatment will come to you. If this protest is going on now, if clear happening, they will not do nothing. They will not revoke Nigeria. They prefer business. They look at us and say we are protest and goose. May God who live in heaven strike all the Britons one night, because enough is enough. Until you stood up and dissolve those things, that's the amalgamation, and trash it. Bring that amalgamation country, tear it, let everybody go on their way. If you don't want to go, the Biafran people has moved on their way. We are on our own. We are a sovereign state right now. We are only telling Britain, for you that created Nigeria, remove them in our land. That's all we needed. We start peacefully. Only placards and whistle. We jam dead on our way. I am among them escape. I escape on the protest. Ozobolo, I escaped. How many times? How many times? Because of us, we are having placards. We whistle and wearing clothes. They draw rising sun. That is our offense. Britain will stop them. Go out, go after them. Do not allow them. Their audience is getting too much. Go and buy them. The zoological, the zombie country, we stood up and sent their zombie army, their Boko Haram army, against the indigenous people. They thought they would wipe us away. You will not wipe us away. What is our offense? The same way you have two eyes, we have our own. The same way you have two hands, the same way you have 10 is what we have. You have red blood, have red blood. Why do you feel so superior? We look at us as inferior. We have proved ourselves that we are superior. We are not inferior. That is why we have made our declaration. That is why we have declared that lost country, that Britain called all the Africa and tell them, do not let them to be a country. They are too democracy. They are Republicans too much. They have everything. They know they have wisdom too much. Do not allow them. They will take over all of you. That was the misinformation you give to all Africans. They turn against us. But today, we will see. And we are here. Here we have come again. Here we have remembered who we are. And we have read the history of who we are. And we know that our own time before you come was the best among all the best. We are living a decent life. We are living Republican life. We are living democracy. Britain bring autocracy to us. Britain bring autocracy. It's not autocracy. But we are reading your document. You said the people has a freedom of expression. When we express with what we feel, You arrest us, put us behind the bar, silent our voice. That is what Britain bring to us. Death sentence by force. Don't talk. You will experience it in due time. It's not far, it's very close. Britain will scatter, they will fall and fall and fall and fall. They will separate and separate and separate and separate. The war is coming very soon to Britain. They know. You are planning to deport migrants. That is where the war will start. Because your children have started questioning you. Our prayer, heaven is answering our prayer. That is why your children are protesting, asking if this country, is it them have this country or those that are migrant has the country. When you are doing to us and telling them, put Fulanis in every position, today, the same Danapisial in every position in your country. The same thing that we are experiencing, small time you will experience more than that, because your own will be worse than our own. The word, the right of expression, the protest that you said that people should do, we are out to it, and Nigeria is sending their military, their police, everything on us. And you're not saying anything. You respect territorial integrity. Territorial integrity, my foot. Useless, corrupt territorial integrity. All of you are corrupt. Donald Trump said that everybody inside UN member are corrupt people. They do not exist. Because of what? Because of we. That is why they're not existing. Because when they do the right thing, it will favor us. So they don't want anything to be good. But we have come to take it by force. Please like and share the program as you come in. Like and share.
We're fighting in terms of our consistency to ensure that we're free, because we're not free. As a free people, we can afford to make life better for our people. It started as a whisper, one man, one microphone, and one message that the Igbo people deserve justice, fairness, and
that's what we are calling for. And Britain denying from us.
That whisper became a movement everywhere you turned, in markets, in churches, in street corners. The name IPOB carried a new kind of fire. For the first time in years, the Igbo man was no longer afraid to speak, to say we matter too, to say that our pain is real.
We are being killed. During the war, 3.5 million were killed.
You hear it?
For so many years.
We have been through terrible times, experiencing marginalization more than words can tell.
14th October 2015, when Nnamdi Kanu returned to Nigeria, they were waiting for him at the airport. The moment his flight landed, he was arrested, thrown into detention, but even behind bars, his courage grew louder. He faced the court with a calm defiance, his voice firm and his faith unbroken.
Yes.
When they finally granted him bail, the conditions were almost impossible. He was told not to speak, not to gather, not to lead. They wanted to break his spirit. But one thing they didn't understand, this man is a man driven by something deeper than fear. After his release, he went on with the gospel. He preached, he gathered, he led people. But then came the Operation Python Dance. A name that will forever be remembered with pain in the southeast. The army invaded peaceful towns under the claim of restoring order. What followed was horror. Bombs were bombs. Young men.
That is what Britain plans. That is what Britain. You are shattered and not seeing this.
Nnamdi Kanu's home in Afaruku, Abia State. The blood of 23 people stained the soil.
This is how it started.
Souls who died trying to protect their leader, and then silence. Nnamdi Kanu was gone, vanished without a trace. For months, nobody knew if he was alive
or dead. Families mourned. The land grew quiet. It was as if hope itself had been buried. Until one day, almost a year later, he reappeared alive. Still speaking, still unshaken.
You think you can stop the truth? You've got to be joking. You must be dreaming.
You are joking, Peter. You cannot stop this truth.
And humanity is listening to us.
The truth cannot be stopped.
You may not like it.
Yes.
And quite frankly,
You may not like where I'm sounding, but that is the truth of the matter.
If you like it, oh, if you don't like it, oh, it doesn't bother me.
From abroad, he continued to talk about injustices, about forgotten promises, about a people left behind since the end of the Civil War. But then, in June 2021, tragedy struck again. He was abducted in Kenya in broad daylight and flown back to Nigeria in what may be called an illegal operation. Kidnap, no court order, no fair process, just force. Since then, he has been locked up year after year, hearing after hearing, yet justice remains out of reach.
Nigeria cannot afford a bencher. An old man like this doesn't know the law. You don't know the law.
And here is the most painful thing. In the middle of all this, he lost the two people who loved him the most, his father and his mother. They both died waiting for their son to come home. They died with heartbreak in their hearts. Imagine that pain. A son fighting for the people, while the two people he loved the most were taken by grief. Today, Nnamdi Kanu's kids grow without their father. The family lives in fear, and the entire Southeast still lives on the wound that has refused to heal. This is bigger than one man. This is about the decades of marginalization that created him. A people pushed to the edge, a region abandoned by those that are in power. No good roads, no steady lights, no voices at the corridors of power. Nnamdi Kanu only said what millions we are already thinking, that the Igbo man deserves fairness, that Nigeria cannot have peace without justice. Now, we stand at a crossroads. We can continue to fight each other or stand together to fight for what is right. October 20th is not just a date. It is a chance for Ndigbo to stand together again and say in one voice, enough is enough.
The protest, the right of the people,
but with unity, with peace and courage. Because keeping Nnamdi Kanu in detention will never bring peace. It will only deepen the pain. Nnamdi Kanu lives in the spirit of every young Igbo man and woman who refuses to be silent. He lives in the cry for justice. He lives in the hope that one day we will all stand together as equals in our own nation. He gave up his freedom for his people. Now it is time for his people to stand for him. Let's unite for peace, for justice, for freedom. Let's bring him home. Free Nnamdi Kanu, free the voice of the East.
That is the voice they want to silence, and they say, and we have really said no to that. Let us go back to their law, because we will be dealing with their law. Because it's their law that give us rights. They are the one who claim that they know it all. They are the one that present it and lying. They are the one. You must continue. So, my people, go to the protests. Once you are in the Biafra land, once you are in Nigeria, go. The protest is for protest of what? Injustice to end. Intimidation to end. And all the evil thing that is happening to end. That is the protest here. This is not a protest of Biafra, no. It's a protest for you to be free. It's a protest for you to have your right. It's a protest to stop the attack. To protest to stop the inhuman treatment that is going on in Nigeria. That is what the protest stands for. So you must join the protest. And do not be fear, do not be panic. We will use this protest to know whether this international law working or not working. If anything happens and they did not interfere, we will broke unbreakable. Now, if anything happens on Monday to Protestants and the world did not sanction Nigeria and revoke the so-called criminal territorial integrity, if that territorial integrity did not revoke after Monday, we shall know that America are criminals, that UK are evil, satanic, that world powers are lying, and all this stuff we broke that on Monday, after Monday. All this stuff we broke because he will put something that is used to deceive people and do another different thing. Look at Nigeria. Look at the cleaning in Benue. Look at the cleaning all over Nigeria. You are respecting territorial integrity, and human beings are dying. Instead of human being to be the first priority, the territorial is priority, is the number one priority. For how long are we going to live in this way? And you are free in your own country, and the people of Nigeria are wandering all over the world. Go and verify. The people of Nigeria are wandering all over the world. Anyway, you will see them. Because Britain bring death sentence. For you to be alive, you must escape from Nigeria. If you are there, your life is under fear. Another threat every blessed day. Think we will remain silent? We will not. We have come to break all the yoke, to break all the unbreakable, for the world, for black to be free, for Africa to be free. You know that the freedom of Africa lies in the hands of the Biafran people. That is why you colluded with Africa and give them wrong impression. After the Second World War, I told them, do not support this Biafra of Latino. And they shy away without our people reasoning. Because a white man has said it. You present yourself as if you're the second God. That is how you present yourself, that you are second God of people. But why you are the evil? Why you are the devil? Why you are represent everything bad? Britain. It shall never be well with you. It shall not be well with you. National security or public staff, for the Protestants, the Nigeria must give them security to guide them. Also to protest them against the anti-Protestants. Those gullible, those that are not even up to 1%, they're not even up to 0.5%, that 1/4% that are come out and be making noise on social media, reading jargon with their mouths. He know about international law, he doesn't know. There is, my people. We must stood up. If you believe you want to stood up and stop the corruption, stood up and end this death sentence that are killing people in Benue, until you realize that Nigeria is a death sentence, then you will do something. But the time has come for you to do that. We are encouraging you. We are giving you everything, every document for you to know that it's your right. The protection of the public health or morals, the protection of the right and freedom of others, everything is included. Number 3, the necessary and the restriction must be nearly turned to protect the meaning of the Protestants. You must protect them. That's supposed to be the work of the ministry. Tell me, in that country where IG of police went to court to seek approval to stop protests, Britain, is it happening in your country? Is it maybe? Remind us, we start to be corrected. If it's happening in Britain, where police will go and take order to stop protesters, where an army will carry gun and be firing protestants, and you will do nothing because their life does not matter. What matters is the profit you are making from their land and their country. That's what matters to you. And that is what you use. That what matters most? The number one is territorial integrity of a country that's a member of UN. Why does territorial integrity are death sentence to his people every blessed day? People are dying. I have lost my own younger brother in the hands of Nigerian military. He's still in military today. I lost my own brother because of territorial integrity of Nigeria. It should never be with Britain. So I want to know that it's justifiable. It's not prohibited. It's a right of you to do what? To go out there and protest on Monday. Let everything that made up that thing they call Nigeria, anywhere you are, protest there. Those in Abuja, the population there is enough to protest. So, my people, we must stand strong. We are not going to leave it. It is our time, it is our right to do so. So we must continue to take what belongs to us. We must do what? Take what belongs to us. What belongs to me is I'm a Biafran. I already take it. Waiting for an international recognition. That is the only way you will stop the death sentence. That is the only way we will destroy the death sentence called Nigeria, the amalgamation. We must go on and protest. Nothing will happen. Protest expose Nigeria more, and let us see how the world will not talk about it this time around, or how they will not sanction Nigeria, or how they will not revoke the Nigerian territorial integrity and say it's no longer there. It's a time to everything to happen in between. We must continue. This program today is for those who are going to protest. I hail you. Stand strong. Move on. No surrender, no retreat. From me, from here, it is a wonderful day to you.